What's next? Here is a baby woodchuck, or gopher, or whistle pig. He seems to be a really brave little guy. I don't know what his plan is. Oh, hello, cat. This is a cat. That cat is just sat next to me. This cat, neighbor's cat. And this little guy who looks about the size of a cat doesn't care. About the size of a guinea pig. I wonder where his mom is. Seems to be a brave little guy. Oh well. Okay, back to reality. I moved Gopher, or whistle pig. I think whistle pig is a much more creative name. I moved him off the road, out of the way. I mean, I'm not going to challenge. I mean, just whatever the reason is, he's out of the hole, or maybe his mother kicked him out or something, or maybe his mother is passed away or got killed by something else. I don't know. But I knew there was a couple of them yesterday. This one seems to be a little bit aggressive. So the good thing is that, you know, the cat doesn't seem to want to bother him. And there's really not much else in the neighborhood that would actually mess with him. So I guess I'll leave him to his fate. I mean, compassionate side of me says this should find a way of rehabbing or find a better place for him, but I don't know where else. I mean, he seems to be got the right attitude to keep himself alive long enough, and there's plenty of food around, there's plenty of grass and other things for them to eat. So there's really not much I can do. And I mean, it's not for me to challenge someone else's fate. If his fate is to unfortunately be someone else's dinner, I'm not going to judge it. And also not a house cat. House cats can have plenty of food, but there are plenty of things around, hawks and stuff. And really don't want a whole bunch of successful gophers around the area, because my neighbors do have really nice gardens, and rabbits and gophers are not the most polite creatures. So we kind of let everyone live their fate, balancing compassion with rational thought. It shouldn't be a challenge. It's tricky, but not a huge challenge. Live your best life and do the best you can for others. Maybe there's a lesson in there somewhere, and hopefully I learned it. What else can you do with a wild gopher? I don't know. I just try to live my best life in the best way possible. Now, if it was a possum or something, that's a different story, because possums, they're garbage eaters, but they eat ticks and stuff, and there's a definite benefit to having them around. I mean, people, they may be ugly and scary looking, but they do provide a service. Raccoons, not so much. But I can't find a negative attribute of opossums. I mean, yeah, an opossum will get in your trash, but they're not really bright. So if an opossum got in your trash, you got a big problem than the opossum itself. Oh, there's a lot of dragonflies over here. If I do it right, I can maybe see one. Well, dragonflies are kind of cool. They're beneficial. They kill mosquitoes, I believe. Bats. Bats kill mosquitoes, but bats spread diseases. I'm just rambling off ideas and just trying to think of how can I do the right thing and still do the do the compassionate thing, but also the logical thing. And what if on my way walking home I run into that gopher again? What do I do? This rock had me concerned. I thought I found a dead animal. Oh, good. It's weird that something a trail you walk every day, 2 to 3 times a day, and you find new things. And that's not brought up. That's been there. I just never noticed. Or maybe timeline shifted and that rock didn't exist in other timelines. No, I wasn't observant. I'm more observant of life forms. I mean, I will see every toad that I can find and every insect. But stones and rocks, although I did find a small obsidian. I can't figure out how that got here, but I don't know. Just try to live a life of total awareness and wonder. Live in the now. Don't worry about the past because it's gone, it's history. Don't worry about the future because it hasn't happened yet. Just live in the now and do the best you can for what's happening right now. I'm not saying don't plan for the future, but for the most part, plan for the immediate future more than the long-term future. But they're just my ideas. And you do as you find best. Just live your best life. Try to do the most compassionate thing for everyone around you. But intersperse a little bit of logic in it. I don't think you can go wrong. Those are my ideas. And I welcome anyone's comments or critiques. And if you find any benefit to anything I have to say, please subscribe. Hit that bell. I might have something important to say in the future. I might have some critical piece of advice that might help you. And it really doesn't hurt you just to subscribe and pay attention to once in a while that I post. So I'm gonna reduce from posting every day to try to reduce it to 2 or 3 times a week. I think that's a better way of doing things. But I welcome anyone else's ideas because we all will learn from each other. You get a better perspective from those around you than you do by just yourself. But that's my ideas. I welcome anyone else's. What's next?